out of that big.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the ring. And we're at ringside, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair. It was right on this program. Situation developed between you and Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express.
Tony Schiavone, if I were to ask you, what do you know firsthand or personally that's worth $1 million and looks like $1 million, what would your first answer be?
It would have to be the world champion.
That's right, Ric Flair. Woo! Custom made head to toe. And Rick Michaels, my good friend in Kansas City, thank you for putting the Nature Boy out front way ahead of Johnny Carson. Because today, as you can see, I'm styling and profiling like never before. Now, Tony Schiavone, let me be the first to pass out all the victory invitations to the Hyatt Regency in New Orleans. Because when I get through with Dusty Rhodes in front of 70,000 people, you can bet the Nature Boy is going to be tearing the Hyatt Regency down. Get in line, girls, because somehow, some way, with Double A and Tony Blanchard having 500 grand apiece, and the Nature Boy carrying the World Heavyweight Championship, you know that we're going to turn New Orleans upside down. Now, second on the agenda, little itty-bitty Ricky Morton. The man whose only claim to fame is little tiny teeny boppers in their training undergarments. Now, Morton, as you know, I like them women with a full sweater and an empty head. I like those double D's, brother, you know what I'm telling you? I got no time for little girls hollering, rock and roll, rock and roll. So Ricky Morton, firsthand, and pay close attention to this, firsthand. When you cross the line into no man's land and took one of my 150 pairs of Porsche Carrera sunglasses, put them on the floor, stepped on them, then you made me tear an $800 custom-made cashmere ultra suede blazer. You got yourself in a whole mess of trouble that only the world champion is going to help you out of, right into a stretcher on the way to a hospital, you understand? The first time I see you, Morton, as a matter of fact, I might have a surprise for you, Ricky Morton, so don't turn your back on the great one, because it's not nice to fool around with Mother Nature. Woo! Looking so good. Looking good, Tony. Go for it, girls. Go for it, New Orleans. I'm going to have an open calendar all night long. Woo!
The heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, don't you go away. Is on the line in Baltimore on July 10th. Ric Flair, we've heard from Lex Luger. What do you have to say?
Well, David Crockett, let's talk about what's really on the line. We're talking about the greatest commodity in professional wrestling today. We're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance taking this whole country by storm 8 days from today. We started out in Orlando, Florida, and God knows how I love the women in the state of Florida. But brother, between the 26th of June, we're talking Charlotte, we're talking Dallas, championship. And let me take this opportunity to explain to this vast American public what's coming down. In Ric Flair, you are looking at the man that this sport, whether you like it or not, has revolved around for 6 years, simply because whether you like it or not, I have been your world heavyweight champion. Now, the great American public see this awesome structure of a man, 6'5", 280, the greatest physique of any athlete alive today. So, the imagination of the great American public says, this is finally going to be the guy to take Flair out. It's the end of Ric Flair. He can ride on his boat, he can drive his cars, he can count his money, but he's out of wrestling because we all know that Ric Flair will never be second best. Ric Flair lives and dies for wrestling. So they also know that Ric Flair will settle for nothing less than a 1, 2, 3. No dispute. Ric Flair, because his ego is so vast, has to beat Luger. He has to beat the man they're calling now the greatest challenge of all time. Well, July 10th.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, you faggot. Lucky bitch faggot.
But the bottom line is, to be the man in the greatest sport in the world, you gotta beat the man. And between now and July 10th, we're talking the Great American Bash. And you ask the Road Warriors, you ask Dusty Rhodes, my friend, those stitches you got in your eye now are nothing, because we will see to it you pay the price long before Baltimore. Woo!
And San Baltimore. Let's go to the ring.
You save big this home and auto bundle, Extravafesta Save-a-thon. Time to ring the savings bell. You know what that means? Time to ring the ringing the savings bell bell. And you know what that means? Hope your afternoon is cleared. Yep. You keep going.
I'm here all day. I'm here. Go 4 down, 4 down. Check 43.
I first want to thank Mr. Edwards for doing an excellent job of getting the symbol of excellence on the screen. But looking at the situation in the Omni, with the 4 horsemen coming together against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Lex Luger, and Ole Anderson, you know, all 3 men in the opposing team have been very, very interested in the World Heavyweight title at one point. In fact, as you look at the other team, you see one man that always wanted it but never quite got there. And of course, I'm talking about Ole Anderson, who was a great brawler, never a classic wrestler. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, a world heavyweight champion on 3 occasions. He was a man that got there. And Lex Luger is a man that someday dreams of getting there. So one that never made it, one that got there, one that hopes to get there, against 3 men that are already there. Each a world champion in his own right. The world tag team champions, Mr. Blanchard and Mr. Arn Anderson, and the world heavyweight champion himself, the Nature Boy, Rick Flair. God, Tony Schiavone, how many women have you looked at and said, come back when you grow up, baby? Huh? How many 17-year-old girls approach the world champion every day? And I have to say, because I'm a man, come back when you grow up, girl. Hey, Dylan would have never taken him under consideration to be one of the 4 horsemen if he wasn't